I've seen clients go in based on body weight and boom, it wasn't working. Up it goes. Doesn't even match their body weight. Ding, 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 problem. So please, my education to you is make sure it matches your body weight. If your skin is drying out, because does help with the oil production, if it's drying out, is it the right dose? Is it working, right? These are the things. It is said to have prolonged, beautiful cures. And I use cures because that's the term Western medicine uses with pharmaceuticals, right? Which was cool as I was doing a little bit of research for this because I like some stats, even though, you and I have it. It's just kind of one of those things that we like.
Welcome to the Clear Skin Chronicles, the podcast that takes you on a journey to uncover the secrets of achieving glowing, acne-free skin. We believe that knowledge is power, and by understanding the root causes of your acne, we can create a solid foundation for long-lasting clear skin. I'm Katie Stewart, registered holistic nutritionist and founder of the Clear Skin Solution, where we help women just like you get to the root cause of their acne.
And I'm Chris Brown, registered holistic nutritionist and program director in the Clear Skin Solution. Through functional testing, we pinpoint where the body system imbalances lie so we can dive deep into your acne clearing journey.
We work virtually with clients to clear up their skin from the inside out and have helped thousands of women worldwide regain their confidence.
I know you love when I start with my pop quizzes.
Oh man, you didn't even warn me today.
No,
I'm not ready. It's Friday when we record this.
I like to see you sweat. No. All right, ready?
All right.
This one, I'm confident you have it.
Okay. I like it. Mm-hmm.
If not, I'll just take this on my own.
Sure.
And you can go take a matcha.
Yeah, I need a second today.
Oh my gosh, stop it. Okay. So what top miracle pharmaceutical is used to treat acne? You take a pill every single day, typically lasts 4 to 5 months.
Oh, I got it. Pick me. 2 hands. Pick me. Pick me.
Well, since nobody else is here.
I know it. The dogs don't want to answer either. They're the only other ones in the room. I'm going to go with answer A, Accutane, aka isotretinoin.
Yeah. Okay.
Yay.
Gold star over there.
OMG, I love a good gold star.
Right. All right. So here's a schematic. Accutane, whether you're taking it or not taking it, thinking about it, at the very least, if you have acne, this has either been offered to you or you've considered it.
And before we go any further, I do want to make clear that Accutane is a brand name that is no longer prescribed. So Accutane back in 2009 was actually discontinued due to lawsuits over the side effects. So when we say Accutane, it's the reason we call it that is because that's what it's so widely known as today. Mm-hmm. But in reality, it is isotretinoin, and there's a number of different brand names like Absorbica, Amnesteem, Clairvise, Myrosan. Did I get that one right? And Isotretinoin. So there's a lot of names for it. So if just know that isotretinoin goes by any name, but it's most commonly to this day still referred to as Accutane. But like I said, it is no longer prescribed under the brand name Accutane due to the lawsuits in 2009. Just a fun little side effect.
And another little add to that is when we do a client history inside the Clear Skin Solution, after the 2009, I never had the heart to tell people this, but after 2009, we are seeing people tell us they were on Accutane.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Right? It's just, you know what? It's no different than Dove as a household soap. It is so commonly used. So we may refer to isotretinoin, we may refer to Accutane, and we refer to Accutane because that's what people know it as.
It's like Kleenex, right? Kleenex has become this like basically a word to describe any type of facial paper. So, and I do also want to preface, Chris, because we don't want to shame people or feel like, you're being judged if you do decide to take a medication. It is ultimately your decision. Your medical decisions are yours alone. We are just the GPS, as Chris likes to say. You are the one in the driver's seat making the decisions. And what we are very, very, very pro-informed consent, because we want you to be aware of all of the pros and all of the cons, so that way you can make the best decision for yourself. Because we have lots of clients that come into the Clear Skin Solution that are like, Katie, I'm not coming off birth control. It's just something I'm not going to do. We would never force a client to. We will just help support their body in the way that was best suited for them and the medications that they're taking. So I just wanted to put that disclaimer out there before we started.
Yeah. You always lead with the compassion, and I'm like, let's get into the goods, right?
Well, I always lead with compassion and empathy.
I do. And I'm like, yeah, I forget. Sometimes even with clients, I forget to say good morning, or you know what I mean?
You're just too excited. You're just
my
too
brain
excited
just
about it.
goes.
Yeah,
okay.
Chris is next level. So we've said the things. So let's get into Chris. I'm going to let you do the bulk of the Accutane, because obviously we're talking also about birth control today, and you're not going to get a word in. So I'm going to try really hard to stay quiet while I let you talk about Accutane.
Did you actually see that stress bead just roll down my head?
Yeah, I feel like there's going to be a vein pumping in my forehead soon.
Yeah.
I'm going to try. Okay. I'm going to try to keep it calm.
Listen.
Calm, cool,
I don't like this pharmaceutical anymore. So
okay,
let's just be perfectly transparent. At the end of the day, when you talked about those side effects, there are recorded side effects. And because of those lawsuits, were depression, permanent vision changes, hair loss, suicide. You have to be on birth control to be on this Accutane. And I've seen clients not been put on birth control and been sexually active. Like, hard no for me. No.
And the reason why is because there can be such severe birth defects if you're taking Accutane, that in Canada, you're legally required. I'm pretty sure the last time I checked, you have to be on birth control if you were prescribed isotretinoin, because of how severe the impactful to the unborn baby.
Well, at the end of the day, seriously, Katie, if you're sitting with eruptions on your face and you're over it and you've tried the things,
for sure,
of course you can see it. Failed to be prolonged, even a permanent cure. I've heard doctors, I'm not talking about clients, I've personally heard doctors refer to isotretinoin as the miracle drug for acne. What the heck? There's no miracle for anything. I'll tell you that, because I'd be taking that stick.
And that's the thing is if like being a former acne sufferer myself, I can absolutely see the appeal to isotretinoin, because it is so widely claimed as this miracle drug for acne. And when you're dealing with acne, you get so desperate that you don't even care anymore. You're like, I just need it to go away because it is impacting my life in so many ways. My mental health has plummeted. And on the same note, we have to be informed of the very real side effects that happen from isotretinoin that we see time and time again. Because Chris, like, we've worked with well over 1,000 women in the Clear Skin Solution. We've had clients who have done 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 rounds of Accutane and still have acne. And we always hear them say the same thing. They're like, yeah, my skin was great for 4 to 6 months after I stopped taking it. And then all of a sudden my acne came back even worse than it was before. So I did another round. And they're like, here I am 5 rounds later, still dealing with acne.
Well, that's a cyclical cycle, isn't it? Here's why isotretinoin is so gorgeous. Okay, so, and I said that right out loud. It goes after 4 causes of acne, not 1, not 2, right? So no wonder it sounds like this amazing thing. It's going to go after excessive oily skin, clogged pores. Who's already going, oh my gosh, tell me again where I get this? What about there's a P. acne bacteria on the skin? Goes after that sucker. Inflammation. Hello, I'm in. And this is according to the American Academy of Dermatology. So they call it the AAD. So who is not told the side effects? Who is told only these beautiful gains? Hey, you know what? Take this. It does sound like a miracle, doesn't it? I'm going to cure it doesn't matter what acne I have. This is going to be cured for me.
And the thing is I want to say, well, what's the cause of the clogged pores? What's the cause of your oily skin? What's the cause of the extra P. acne bacteria? What's the cause of? because we have to remember that acne is not a topical problem. It is an external symptom of an internal issue. Mm-hmm. So it's only going after the surface level symptoms, because oily skin, clogged pores, acne are symptoms. They're just symptoms. So we need to be going after what is causing those symptoms. And unfortunately, Accutane, birth control, antibiotics, spironolactone, all of the things we're going to be talking about in this episode and next, don't go after that root cause. Unfortunately, they solely act as a Band-Aid to cover the symptoms, while that the root causes, and I say causes because it's always a multitude of factors. It's never just your gut. It's never just your detox hormone or your detox organs. It's never just your hormones. It's never just the food you're eating. It is always, always, always a complex. It's a very webbed thing that's causing your acne. So I just wanted to kind of throw that in there. I'm taking over, Chris. I was
like, good thing you're like just making a matcha.
Chris is like, I'm going to take my supplements. I'm going to let Bruno out. I'm sorry. Let me take some water. You go back to your Accutane.
I'm actually just going to talk really fast so you can't get in there. However, I've seen you work miracles with your stuff. So
I do come from the world
of television.
Listen,
everybody, I'm not promising that she's going to stay quiet. I'm just saying. Okay. So here's the thing. First of all, isotretinoin, we do have to look at. It is a consistent intake of the pharmaceutical. It is supposed to be a cumulative dose that's based on body weight. I've seen clients go in based on body weight and boom, it wasn't working. Up it goes. Doesn't even match their body weight. Ding, 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 problem. So please, my education to you is make sure it matches your body weight. If your skin is drying out, because this does help with the oil production. If it's drying out, is it the right dose? Is it working, right? These are the things. It is said to have prolonged, beautiful cures. And I use cures because that's the term Western medicine uses with pharmaceuticals, right? Which was cool as I was doing a little bit of research for this because I like some stats, even though, you and I have it. It's just kind of one of those things that we like. They said that, so when people stop isotretinoin, what happens is in 1/3 of patients, the acne will come back.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody
we know that because we get them. We get those.
I know. But here's your homework. Go look at those stats. Because when I say 1/3, you're like, oh. But yet in the same breath, in that publication, Katie, it says about 20%. Listen, I don't know who's mathing, but 100's 100. And 20% is not equivalent to 1/3.
You do, I don't like public math.
Sorry.
Public math and I are not friends.
Oh my gosh, that's what I'm going to do. Every time Katie starts taking over, I'm going to say, time for a public math pop quiz.
No.
Anyways, in the event that the acne reoccurs, you know what they say? Oh, you need another round. Here's a topical, here's an oral. However, I want to tell you something. Not only are we looking at birth defects, and not only will it make skin likely dry at one point. I've heard people say, well, I lost a lot of hair. Well, hair thinning is often talked about and poorly documented as a side effect of isotretinoin. I'm just going to let you know. Good luck finding information. But what do we see? We see trends. Thousands of clients has helped us to see trends.
Massive trends.
That is the same way you're diagnosed with ADHD. That is the same way you're diagnosed with anxiety and depression, because a core lump have the same side effects or offsets to something that's going on with them, right? As soon as you tell me, hey, you know what? Do you have all of a sudden some kind of inflammatory bowel disease? Be careful with this. I mean, it's not on a rant. I just want people to really, really understand that if you choose this, please ask the side effects. Go look up the side effects. What Katie and I do is we always look at pros and cons to everything. Katie, you've been put on pharmaceuticals before. Do you go look up the pros and cons?
Back in the day when I was given it in high school, birth control, absolutely not. I was like, oh, the doctor said this will work. Great, amazing. Okay, see you later. Bye.
Mm-hmm. Right? Because it's going to take away your acne. You're told. And all we hear is what? It's going to take away your acne.
Well, I actually wasn't taking birth control for acne. I was taking it just because my friends did. Yeah. just because my friends did.
Of course it's cool.
It was a cool thing to do back then in the early 2000s. But
that's what I mean. It's just educate. You can go on to the web and you want to look at those side effects, because how many people come into the Clear Skin Solution and those side effects mimic symptoms?
All the time. All the time.
All the time.
Just with isotretinoin alone, you know, the American, you can go and look it up. You can look it up on the Cleveland Clinic, Mayo Clinic, American Academy of Dermatology Association, and they'll list them all out, right? Like we already talked about pregnancy with severe birth defects, miscarriage, stillborn. There's going to be like severe dryness, like not just a little dry, like extremely severely chapped lips because it's drying out your skin, nosebleeds, dry, irritated eyes, dry mouth. I even believe, again, don't quote me on this, but I even believe there was a time it could still be, it still could be a thing that the pilots in the Army can't fly within a certain period of time if they take Accutane because of the impact it can have on your vision.
Absolutely. Like scary stuff. If your doctor led with, here is a script I'm going to give you, and this is what 1/3 of the population will experience. I can't tell you if you are in the A-OK or the, you kind of got over here, right? Here's the other thing. And this kind of leads into your birth control topic that I'm going to go take a nap for. So the isotretinoin can cause severe birth defects. And we talked about that. Miscarriages, preterm birth. Here's the other thing this is what I get revved up, because every single client I have dealt with has said this, not one, Katie, not one. So let's look at the percentage,
I'm
right?
a little scared of you right now.
I know, because it's so irritating, because I just, I take a pharmaceutical every single day of my life. If I don't, I die. I mean, I'm pretty sure the motive's there.
Yeah.
Right? What doesn't make sense is the fact is, if a person can get pregnant and you're taking isotretinoin, you need to verify through, again, the ADD Association. You're supposed to be on 2 forms of birth control, and you're supposed to take a pregnancy test, regardless if you're sexually active, every month through the doctor.
How many clients have done that we've had, Chris?
0, 0, 0. And, by the way, you can't donate blood. Because I had a client and I said, you can't donate blood. She's like, oh, what? I do it every 30 days. Nope. You have to wait 30 days for the last pill. So think about it. You have to wait 30 days to the last pill so that blood can say detoxify, purify, whatever. And what happens about 30 days after our last pill of tretinoin or isotretinoin? We start to maybe see some pop-ups. And then what happens within the 3 months? Most clients, on average, comes back with a vengeance.
And I want to finish
educated.
And I want to finish up the symptoms just because there's a number of them. So I'll quickly go through them. You're also going to have some sun sensitivity. Your acne can worsen. Yeah, that's a big one, is your acne can actually worsen. It's going to be affecting your eyesight. So the night blindness, the blurred vision, thinning hair, muscle, joint pain. You might be seeing things like rashes, stomach issues, unhealthy cholesterol levels, increased pressure on the brain, liver damage. And there is a little bit of evidence that it can also be leading to mental health issues like depression, suicidal thoughts, and inflammatory bowel disease, or IBD as well. And also things like pancreatitis. We can be seeing things like the redness, blistering, peeling, and loosening of the skin, especially including inside the mouth, rectal bleeding. We already talked about the dryness and irritation of the eyes, nausea. Who loves a little nausea in the day? We talked about the mood and behavior changes, hearing loss, ringing in ears, allergic reaction. So there's just a few symptoms. And again, you can go and read this on any of the big name medical sites, and they'll list out the side effects for you there.
Yeah, I don't know how many ladies are going to sign up for all that sexiness.
That was a lot of sexiness.
That's a lot of sexiness. Again, if you are taking it, just become aware. Oh, the other thing is, we never ask people to come off. That's a decision between you and your doctor. We know that. And if you've been taking it for some time, please don't cold turkey. I can say that. We don't love cold turkey. Never want to shock the body. We don't cold turkey with supplements. We don't cold turkey with even diet, right? We merge in, we make changes, we progress, and we go from there. So that's just something. Please just don't say, oh my gosh, I'm stopping this tomorrow. No, you are not. You're going to go to your medical doctor.
You're going to talk to your doctor.
You're going to get a plan. You're going to tell them what it looks like over 2-3 months, see that it works for you. And, this is not you have to come off. That's not what we're going with this.
Yeah, we're very, very pro-informed consent. So just having the knowledge, how it impacts the body, and then you can make the decision for yourself. And like we said, is we've had so many clients who have taken several rounds of Accutane, and you have to know that there can be some lifelong permanent side effects of taking the drug. And if, you have taken it, don't panic. Of course, there are things that we can do to help support the body. And it's things that we talk about all the time, right? Reducing the inflammation, loving up the gut, detoxifying your organs, supporting your hormonal balance, replenishing nutrient deficiencies, stress reduction, like all of these things we talk about day in and day out. They're not just for acne. They're just for general health and well-being.
Yeah, that's what I like. Okay, I'm going to rip off this Band-Aid because now I'm starting to get heart palpitations because I know birth control is coming up.
It is.
So take it away. Just rip it off. Go.
So Chris is like, oh my God, I'm nervous.
I mean, we have a whole podcast.
We have a whole episode.
I know we build and we build and we build, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So we do have a whole podcast episode on birth control that we did last season. And like I said earlier, is I took birth control, like the hormonal oral contraceptive. I think I did like a less and tricycline and a couple other ones. Mm-hmm. I took it for close to a decade. And when I went on it, didn't need it. Like I said, I just took it because all my friends wasn't having sex. Periods were fine. No acne.
I did it for the exact same reason. You know that.
Did you? You're just, oh my God, this is the cool thing to do.
I took myself to a clinic.
Yep.
Incognito.
And they gave it to me for free. I left with 6 boxes for free. They're like, yep, here you go. See you later. I was in and out in 2 minutes.
Yeah. And I got a whole pack of condoms that I actually made water balloons with, but whatever.
That was an image that I really didn't need to see in my brain today, but that's fine. So back to birth control, Chris.
Oopsie.
So we know that birth control, first, again, another preface. We can say this, that, we can be, we can be grateful that we have access to medications, especially for women, because, birth control did give women the ability to, go get into the workforce and work and all of these things and take control over their family planning. So it's okay to, at the same time, be happy that we have access to birth control should we choose to take it. And which we are always here to be, advocate for women's health and empower them to have the knowledge and the information they need in order to make the best decision for themselves. Because again, we have clients that are like, Katie, I'm not coming off birth control. This is a decision I've made for myself. Perfect. That's your decision. We will always be here to tell you how it impacts the body, of course. So again, another disclaimer.
Education. Lead with education and kindness. Like you said, pro-choice.
That's literally our first core value as a company is empowerment through education. And this is what we do every single day. So with birth control, and we're going to reference oral contraceptives here, but if you're asking, oh my gosh, what about IUDs? IUDs still have impacts on the body. But oral contraceptives,
even if they're called copper, please.
Even copper IDs. Yep. Even copper.
Give me that one.
Yeah. Go back to the birth control episode and listen to it.
Yeah.
So oral contraceptives generally combine estrogen and progesterone to suppress ovulation. So this actually tricks your body. So oral contraceptives actually generally combine estrogen and progesterone to suppress ovulation. Usually synthetic forms are used as well. So synthetic hormones are used in this, and it suppresses ovulation. So your body thinks you're pregnant and actually stops your brain from talking to your ovaries, and there's no ovulation happening. So you can't get pregnant. And, I went on this when I was, I think 14, 15, around there. My body wasn't even done growing. My hormones weren't even getting their footing here. And here I am being like, just kidding. Let's throw some hormones in there. We're going to, throw everything out of the whack, and we're going to do that for 10 years. And then we're going to come off, and the body's like, whoa, 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 whoa. So let's kind of talk about how it impacts the body. When we're looking at it, there's really 4 key things that we look at. One is it can actually alter your gut's microbiome. Mm-hmm. And we know that an alteration in gut microbiome is going to be leading to acne. We know this. We can be talking about that gut-brain-skin axis. And remember, if there's an alteration in your gut microbiome, it can actually impact your mental health as well. So just know there's that little bit, because a lot of acne sufferers also struggle with mental health issues. And for me, like when I was on the pill, like I used to think I was crazy. I was like, it made me emotionally unstable at times. I was very irritable, and I thought that was my personality, but it wasn't. It was the birth control pill. Like I'm still a little crazy, but not as crazy as I originally thought.
See how nice and quiet I remained. Did not chime in with my sarcastic remarks.
She did not, even though I knew she was thinking them. But Chris, I'm gonna be nice today. I'm gonna let you handle, how does the birth control impact the liver? Because I know you love the liver.
I just need to really preface this nice, easy, simple. When we're talking about the liver, whether it's isotretinoin, whether it is the desiccated thyroid that I take, mm-hmm. whether it is any pharmaceutical, it is going to impact the liver's ability for full detoxification, because it is working against all those other stressors, the endotoxins, anything that you're exposed to, anything that you ingest, right? You apply thoughts, toxins. So I have to tell you that liver is getting impact. That liver shows up for you day in and day out. This liver, I am telling you, has the most work ethic I have ever met in anything. Mm-hmm. So it's not about, when we look at, but then I have to detox. No, not really. You can't really just detox. We have to be gently opening up. We have to be bypassing phase 1, going into phase 2, because phase 3 really goes in dumps. Mm-hmm. If somebody's going to throw you into a full detox, please back up a moment. If someone's going to give you a pharmaceutical, back up a moment. But Chris, you're in the holistic realm and you said we got to love the liver. Yes, but a liver detox is like a pharmaceutical. It's going to alter what the liver is asked to do, how it's performing, and heck, are your pathways even open? Because guess what? The congestion is going to go straight to the face because it knows to go to the face, and you're going to be really upset with, as said Chris, going, what's going on here? Mm-hmm. Right? So in an all-encompassing way, just know that the liver, if you have acne, I'm going to put, this is going to be bold. People don't like when I go bold. If you have acne, your liver is not tip-top. The end.
Yep.
Your gut is not tip-top. The end. Yep. Your adrenals, your spleen, your stomach, that little dangly thing at the end of, or at the top of your large intestine called the appendix, mm-hmm. where we're told we don't need it. Guess what? Not tip-top. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, when it comes to impacting, your body still has to, one, be able to detoxify it and use it. So you might need a pharmaceutical and you might only need for it to be effective 5 milligrams, but you're on 100 because your body can only, with the sluggish processes, it needs 100 to break down to the 5. So what do you do with the other 95, Katie? Where does that go in the body?
Oh, you're asking
goes back. Well, okay.
I was like, you didn't say pop quiz. I thought it was rhetorical. I was like, yeah, no, I know.
Anyways, it gets recycled back to phase 1, congested to phase 2, back to phase 3. Listen, if it goes through phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3, and it didn't get it out the first time, and it's getting recycled, you think it's getting out the next time without any TLC? No. So no matter, now we have a birth control, we have isotretinoin, we have whatever other cocktails that we're on, because no doctor speaks to any other specialist. It's so weird. At the end of the day, just step back, realize that all of these symptoms are correlated, that you are in unison. So your head and your toe all connected to the same orifice, and just go with love and kindness. It's not about stop. You stop everything. That liver is going, You stop an anti-anxiety or an SSRI that's been so codependent on your body to do it for it, you better believe you're going to have offset. So nice, slow changes. Work with a professional when you are taking pharmaceuticals, please.
Mm-hmm. And I want to go back to the gut because I did forget to mention one thing about the oral contraceptives in the gut. So what's really interesting is, as we know, that birth control pills can lead to an estrogen dominance, which we'll talk about in our hormone section shortly, which just means there's too much estrogen in your body. And what's interesting is excess estrogen actually doubles your risk of developing candida overgrowth. And Chris, how often do we see candida overgrowth with our acne clients in the Clear Skin Solution?
Oh, yeah. Oh, do you want me to say 1/3, 20%?
1/3, 20%.
How about we say high probability at some level with every client?
Yeah.
The microbiome dysbiosis. Again, we are more bacteria. So the more we do our body injustice, the more of the shift to the pathogen side that we are going to go hang out with.
Right. And candida overgrowth is also a big cause of leaky gut. And leaky gut also goes hand in hand with acne. So if we're now dealing with an estrogen dominance, we're dealing with a candida overgrowth, and we're also dealing with leaky gut, that's just a whole perfect storm for acne to erupt. Because when we're working with our clients, Chris, we see leaky gut, low stomach acid, excess estrogen, leaky gut, all like nutrient deficiencies, all of these things in one. Malabsorption. And oral contraceptives can be impacting each one of these areas of the body.
You got it.
All right. So let's move into, so we did the gut, we did the liver. Now let's move into hormones. Cause this is like a little bit more.
This is so risque.
This is a little bit more of an obvious one because we that oral contraceptives are impacting your hormones, right? So I always like to explain your hormones as a beautiful orchestra. When they are playing in tune, it is the most like beautiful, heartwarming, like watery-eyed melody ever. You're feeling great. You have energy. Your moods are stable. You're happy. Your blood sugar is good. You're, sleeping well. And everyone's like, that sounds like a fairy tale. Like that exists. Yep. It exists when your hormones are happy. But when just one single hormone is playing off tune, do you ever notice it in that melody? Because now that single hormone is going to be impacting many other hormones in the body because they're all working together to create that beautiful harmony. So when we're looking at birth control, we know that it is going to be leading to an estrogen dominance because you're flooding your body with synthetic estrogen. So when we have too much estrogen in the body or too much estrogen in relation to progesterone, we're going to see that, classic estrogen dominant symptoms pop up. Maybe it's weight gain, maybe it's heavy painful periods. We'll often see weight gain in the tummy and in like the thighs and bum area. Maybe you have breast swelling and tenderness. Maybe you have headaches. We're going to be seeing some acne in there. And we're also going to be seeing that it is going to be impacting your androgens because oral contraceptives, the reason why they get prescribed so often for acne is the idea that they suppress the androgen behavior in the body. And androgens, when we're dealing with higher androgens, it's going to lead to oiliness, hair loss, all that kind of stuff. So when we're taking the birth control, it's also suppressing the androgens, and your testosterone is an androgen. Then when you come off it, we can often see an androgen rebound happening. So this is like, I don't know why I use this explanation, Chris, but it's almost like an angry frat guy who has had like way too much beer and his friends are holding him back. And all of a sudden the friends actually let go. And then he just barrels out and finds the next person to fight. That's kind of how I like to explain an androgen rebound, because now, that
I clearly needed to know you when you were younger. Just as an observer, because I'm pretty sure we wouldn't have been friends.
No? You don't think we would have been friends?
No, you're way too extroverted. Yeah, no, that was a hard no. Younger Katie and just Chris at any age, hard no.
Like, did I tell you about
Now I enjoy you. I'm able to enjoy it.
Did I ever tell you about the time when I had to apologize at a town council meeting for a party that I threw with the cheerleading team?
Would my answer doesn't surprise me actually resonate?
Yeah, that happened. It was a situation. Don't worry, it's fine now. So we digress. This is where I'm getting.
Because you moved.
I was a kid. So you can see how I naturally go to frat guy party analogies because of my university experience. Anyways.
But it's true. But I want to just preface something here, because a clients this week posted inside our chats, our group chat, said, I'm so scared to come off birth control because of the androgen rebound. And I quickly wrote, do you know where your hormone levels are? Do you know that you have any block or a repressed pathways towards the androgens, towards DHEA? Where's your stress levels at? When's the last time you had a comprehensive hormone panel? So you're absolutely nailing it. Yeah, we can get androgen rebound. And some people don't have any symptoms. They regulate and life goes on. So there is a severe fear around coming off birth control because of that androgen rebound.
And the symptoms, those post-pill symptoms in general, right? Because
it's
not just that the acne can come back, the cystic acne, the rosacea, but we're going to be seeing things like possible loss of your period, 3 to 6 months. We have some clients that come to us, they're like, I've been off the pill for a year and a half and I haven't got my period back. We're going to be seeing issues with blood sugar regulation. Some may experience mental health things like mood symptoms, anxiety. Maybe we're going to be seeing gut dysbiosis, like an imbalance of gut or good bacteria in the gut. So like a candida, a SIBO, changes to your bowel movements, hair loss, headaches, heavy painful periods, the gas, the bloating, maybe migraines, leaky gut, which we talked about, inflammation, all of these things. So of course you're gonna be like,
I feel like that's a course to our total everyday life. That is the course of KSW.
These are the symptoms we deal with every single day.
Every single day.
Every single day. These are the symptoms we're working on with clients. And, when I read this off, I don't want you to think, oh my gosh, I'm taking birth control pill. These are going to happen to me. Here's the thing. If you're someone who, wants to come off it, we really like to, again, depending on how healthy of a life you've been living, how long you've been on the pill, we generally like to do a really lovely transition where you work with your doctor when you want to come off. And then for about, anywhere from 1 to 3 months before, we work to replenish your body with anti-inflammatory nutrition to get those nutrients in. We're working to support digestion and rebalancing the microbiome as much as possible. We're supporting, the liver detox pathways. We're getting all of that love into the body. So that way, when you do come off of it, that transition is much, much easier. If you had just gone cold turkey like I did, stopped it one day, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh my God, what is happening? Because I was not a nutritionist at the time. So when you can have that nice transition and you can support the body, and then when you do come off of it, really, getting some testing done. That's why we love to do an HTMA with our clients. Should clients want to do, something hormonal based, we can always, recommend that they look at a Dutch test or a stress and hormone profile. There's so many options here, like, requesting a full blood, hormone blood lab from your doctor. Yeah. So that way we know what's happening and we have a correct picture on how to fix it. And this is why when so many people come off the birth control pill, they're at a loss of what to do because they have no idea what's happening hormonally in their body.
Mm-hmm. And that's okay.
Yeah, that's
okay. You don't have the education. You don't know what you're looking for. You don't know the possible triggers. And guess what? You just didn't know. Mm-hmm. Right? And same reason why we take things. Same reason why Katie and I went to the clinic, because it was cool.
It was cool.
Yeah. So, unless you want to make a water balloon that actually doesn't break and it becomes more of a weapon.
Oh my God, here she goes again.
I'm just letting you know. Just again, now that you're hanging with us, we just please take these little drips.
Mm-hmm. And
these are the things.
The thing about the birth control, right, is it's touted that it balances your hormones. But that's just a myth. The birth control does not balance your hormones.
It's so ridiculous, actually. You know what? That's just irritating. I'm sorry. Like, I know I try and play
nice.
Switzerland.
I try to get Chris to play nice, you guys. I do. Sometimes it doesn't work.
I can't, Katie. I can't with that statement. I can't.
Because it doesn't balance your hormones.
It's asinine.
It is.
It's absolutely asinine.
And it masks, like the birth control pill, it actually just masks the symptoms that you're experiencing, like a little Band-Aid. But the underlying issues you have are still there, but the symptoms are continuing to get worse. You're just not experiencing them. Mm-hmm. And those underlying issues that they have can actually worsen. So that way, when you come off, not only do you have those original imbalances, but new ones could have popped up. And so you have all of these symptoms and your acne is getting worse. And you're like, oh my God, what is happening? And it's because you were told that the pill balances your hormones, but it doesn't.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's this topic or these headphones, but now I'm starting to get a headache. So that's because I get heated.
Chris is just getting too heated on this topic right now.
Back. You know, I get heated because how many hours of education do we go through, Katie? How many hours? Days, months, years, 2 years, right? Just even to get what we have.
And we're constantly up leveling. Like Chris and I are in a certification program right now for functional, for diagnostic nutrition.
Like it's constant. Every 2 years, you and I made a commitment a while back, and we said every 2 years we're going to take something, we're going to up level. I mean, but facts. Katie does have a little bit of inner geek. I'm going to let you know.
Don't
she
tell
just
them,
doesn't
Chris.
like to display
Don't
it.
ruin my street cred, okay?
Right. So, but that's okay. The frat boys still love her.
So no, I am far removed from the frat boy, except my husband was a former frat boy. So we don't have frat fraternities here, but had we had one, he would have been one for sure.
Okay. So you're cloning your boys. I get it. Yeah.
My husband's a recovering bro.
Okay. See, that's what I'm saying.
But he's a very nice bro.
Yeah. Is he? Because we trade husband stories. Like we don't tell other people what our husbands try.
To be honest, I am very lucky to have the most incredible and loving husband, and to the fact where I'm pretty sure my own family prefers my husband over me. I'm pretty sure all of my best friends from high school that I'm still friends with, they prefer Frank over me. Like
So what you're saying is they keep you like to
around for Frank,
which
is total BS. Like I show up and they're like, "Where's Frank?" I'm like, "What do you mean, where's Frank? I am your friend. I am here.
I am your friend.
I am your friend." Sorry, I got a little sidetracked here, but let's go back to what we were talking about.
No, but that's the thing, right? Is we don't want to beat it to death. We just want you to educate yourself. So please do it. Because here's the thing. Our industry moves fast. There's new research all the time.
You can't stay stagnant. You can't stay stagnant.
And I give Katie hives when Katie's like, la, 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 la. And I'm like, you know what? I want to redo this protocol. I want to redo this. I want to go here. I want to start preaching this. And she's like, well, why? And I'm like, because does this really make sense to you? Are we really holding justice in these pathways? So when we bring you information, you might be like, I've never heard that before, such as stress equals inflammation, which that is something I'm like, Katie, you know what? How do you feel about this? Because this is my approach now to everything. And she's like, yeah,
love it.
Absolutely. Same.
Because again, like the health and wellness and world is always changing. Like, do you remember back in the 90s when it was low fat, low cal, margarine? Like that was the thing. And now we're like,
started in the 80s. I mean,
the 80s.
We were still in diapers, but
I was born in 89. Thank you very much.
I think I had my license by then. I didn't.
Paige wasn't even born. Paige wasn't even born for like another almost decade.
Paige wasn't even a thought at that point.
She wasn't even a thought. So but that's the thing is we have to remember that the nutrition and health and wellness, the understanding and the research and the studies are ever evolving. So that's, why it's important to always stay at the top of your game and really get that research. But I feel like we've so digressed from what our topic was, which was
no, it's not.
Isotretinoin
it's education based. This is what we're saying is not only are we asking you to advocate for yourself, to ask the whys, to poke those. We're not asking you to challenge your doctor and go, well, Chris and Katie said, go listen to episode XYZ. We're saying if you want to put in those hours of searching in the net, because we know you are avid net searchers.
Yeah, everyone is.
Here's the thing. Please put it towards what you've been asked to do. Please put it towards what you've been told to do. And when you come inside the Clear Skin Solution, if you haven't already been there, it's not challenging your coaches. It's ask why, ask the connections, because that builds a sustainability.
We want you to understand. And that's why whenever we talk about medications or things, always ask the whys to your doctor so you can understand, why am I taking this? What are the side effects? How long am I taking it? Are there alternatives? Because you are your own best health advocate. Nobody is going to advocate for your health except for you, unless you're a kid and you got your mom to advocate for your health. But you are your own best health advocate, and just being able to understand the whys is going to be really, really, really powerful for you. So, if you're ever prescribed a pharmaceutical, whether it's, one of these we're talking about or something, ask those why, so you understand. That way, you know what you're taking, why you're taking it, for how long.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm kind of tapped out with any more information I want to give at this point, because I feel think, like, honestly, it's good.
A lot. Yeah, it was good. I feel like that was a lot. So just remember, you know, if you have taken these medications, don't panic and like, oh my gosh, what have I done to my body? This is where we really, like we said before, you want to be leaning into that wholesome, nutrient-dense nutrition, loving up the gut, loving up your detox organs, loving up your hormones, which we have a plethora.
Loving up yourself, Tom.
Loving up yourself, working on your mindset. Go back, listen to all of the past episodes that we have on these different topics so that we can go more in depth. And remember, many small steps make for one massive leap. And that's it for us today. Chris, we're going to be coming back with part 2 of acne meds, and we're going to be discussing antibiotics and spironolactone.
Oh, wah, wah. Okay.
Thanks for hanging out with us this week on the Clear Skin Chronicles. We'll see you next Wednesday with a brand new episode. Remember to subscribe to the show and drop us a review. Sending glowing vibes your way, Katie and Chris.